Hey guys, this is John, and welcome to another episode of the Meatgistics podcast. We've got Brandon from NWTF back with us. We figured it's right around the corner from Thanksgiving. People are probably wondering a lot about turkeys, and we'll get to that. But first, the most important part of the day is the beer of the day, and I've got Seasick Crocodile from Prairie Artisan
I don't
Ales.
think I've heard of that one.
No,
I
I
have not heard of that one.
Now,
I thought that was a koozie.
Prairie.
I thought it was. I wasn't paying attention.
It's a crocodile chasing Santa, and I assume the name is a reference to the Mr. Grinch song. It's like a seasick crocodile.
Yep.
But I have not had anything from Prairie Artisan Ales that I have not absolutely loved. This one's going to push that. I mean, I like sours, but this is a sour ale with cranberries, ginger, cinnamon, and nutmeg.
Very Christmassy.
It's going to be interesting, but 6.3% alcohol, so even if it's bad, it's going to be good.
It's going to taste good. All right, so I've got from New Belgium, I got the good old fat tire. Kind of a plug for my brother-in-law too, since he's on their marketing department. So as the holiday season, he always brings these to me. So I will take it. The alcohol on this, I didn't even look at the bottle beforehand. So
I think it's 5.5, something like that. Right?
I think you're right. Yep, 5.2.
Okay.
So cheers to that.
So another plug for Fat Tire is that was the first beer that became widely available in bars in New York that wasn't Coors, Miller, whatever. Just all of a sudden people were drinking that like crazy because it was something good.
Yep.
And it was available at bars. I mean, you couldn't get anything, at least in my town in New York, anything other than the main ones.
And when was this? Like what
2004?
Okay.
2005, somewhere around there. Yeah, and they just started pushing in, and then it became more and more a thing. They're actually, in my opinion, New Belgium was a big driving force behind having so many great American breweries all of a sudden, because they came out, showed you could do it, showed people would be willing to pay just a little bit more for a good beer. So yeah, Fat Tire is absolutely an important and good
Have
beer.
you ever been to their brewery in Fort Collins?
No, is it good?
Go on the tour.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. And it ends with a slide if you want to go down. You get plenty of beers.
Oh, okay.
But then instead of going down the stairs, you can take the slide.
I thought you meant like a what do they call it, a flight?
Oh yeah,
no, like some weird flight type thing. No,
no, but it's very cool. So, and you get to see everything and where all your beer comes from.
All right, this is oddly excellent. I mean, you really do. I pick up everything but the cranberries. I don't get the cranberries at all, but I've got cinnamon, nutmeg, and definitely some ginger. But it all works together well. That is nice.
I'll take your word for it.
They cannot. This brewery does not miss. I mean, I swear they made this one beer. The one they make all the time is called The Bomb, and it is just phenomenal.
And where's that one out of? What
it's the same one. Prairie Artisan Ales. They're in Oklahoma somewhere.
Okay.
I think. McAllister, Oklahoma, and they are just awesome.
Okay.
I
will have to look into that one. I don't think I've heard of them.
They absolutely check any good beer store in your town will have them.
Okay.
So, actually, I don't know where you live out in the middle.
I live in the middle of nowhere, so
Okay.
I don't have neighbors. So I'm from Mayfield at Wellington area.
Yep.
So Wellington would be our home base and stuff.
Okay.
So
they'll have something.
But we're out. We don't have neighbors. I love it. So
Yes,
the only neighbors is the wildlife and then the farmers going back and forth.
That's so. So seriously, how close is it to your next neighbor?
The Gerberdines, they live a mile to the north. So my dogs will go up there every once in a while and kind of visit and everything. But I mean, it's just a nice, neat little, the road that goes past us gets muddy. So if you're trying to go back east, you're going to get stuck.
Right.
My son's school teacher back in the spring, they were winning auction items and stuff. So she was delivering them because they weren't in school. She went the wrong way down the road. So I got to pull my son's school teacher out of the mud.
Well, at least she was thankful for that.
She was.
Sure.
She was. Yeah. As soon as she went the other way and I couldn't get it or stopped in time. And so she was with her son. So, and they just
down in.
Yeah. Wasn't the first time and it's not going to be the last time.
My wife is finishing up her MBA. And as soon as that happens, we're putting our house on the market and moving further out.
There you go.
I just don't want, I mean, I don't know if I need a mile. Yeah. But I want to be able to shoot, I want a range in my backyard.
That's what we got.
I want all of that. We looked at this one property that had the house was decent size, a little bit small, but we were going to knock out the ceilings. We could have gone from one side to the other and just raised the roof, made it one huge great room. Had this 12-foot wide stone fireplace that just, I mean, it was perfect.
Yeah.
And it had a barn-ish building on the back. We could have done butchering back there. We could set up our gym. We could set up an indoor archery. I mean, I was salivating over it. And then we were just sitting down and talking about it. We're like, we just can't make it happen while you're doing this too.
Yeah.
So we're anxiously awaiting for that.
Oh, well, we moved to Wellington. I'm from Wellington, but when I got married to my wife, we moved to Wellington, and always the goal was to go out to the country. Always goal. And it took forever. Yeah. I mean, to find a house they go so fast. So I had talked to my mailman, which we coach football and stuff together. So if you ever see a sign go up, just let me know. As soon as the house we're in now, they put a sign out. He texts me. I called the people. We met him, and we did the old-fashioned, I shook the guy's hand in his kitchen.
Nice.
And then we never got, realtors were never really involved. One of my buddies is a realtor down in Wellington with Renton Company. And so I was texting him like, hey, I'm doing this without you. Right? You're not getting your cut, but can you make sure it's still right? So he was cool with it.
That's good. Yeah, anytime you can keep out people who are really just getting a cut of it, it's worth it.
Yeah.
All right. Gun bash. Absolutely
big gun
talk
bash.
About this.
So my Freedom Gun Bash, I've got 56 guns. I've went overboard.
Yeah.
As one of my coworkers said, you like to go big, and I definitely went big. 30 of them handguns. Okay. So I've got a mix of them, 9mm. I've got some Kimbers. I've got some Shields. I have an African Safari gun as one of my bonus guns. It's retail valued at about $7,000. Oh. So a little crazy, a little bit nuts, but with everything that's going on right now, why not?
Uh-huh.
So tickets starting at $20, going all the way up to raffle packs up to $750, but then you're guaranteed a gun. And so I have like a poster, and you can automatically get in, and then plus you get in on the bonus. I have a drawing. If you get a 100-pack or a $200 raffle pack, you get NWTF membership. You get a chance at $1,000 worth of Bass Pro cards. And so I'm getting a lot going on.
Awesome.
One of the coolest things is with you guys. So anybody that buys a ticket, so at $20, you're in for 50 guns. And you can win, again, off the same ticket. Okay. So if I draw your name first,
doesn't get thrown out.
I drop it right back in. The only ones that get tossed out is the bonus guns.
Okay.
So if you're going to be happy with the bonus gun.
Oh yeah, I would.
They retail for $1,000 or more. I mean, the one's $7,000. Right. So anybody that wins one bonus gun, they're not going to complain that they didn't get two. So for $20, I dump you in there. You can win multiple times off the same ticket. They get an email confirmation because this is all online. Mm-hmm. So you fill out your name, you fill out your information, you enter your credit card information, which is completely safe. Got no problems with it.
Yeah, I think I don't think people are nervous.
They're
about
not
that
anymore.
They used to be.
With Amazon and everything, I mean, people put banks are so good about it now. So they're going to come back and be like, no, that was fraudulent or that was off. So, but this is perfect. I've used this program multiple times. But with each ticket, no matter the value, Walton's, they are giving us a 10% discount code. So you go to you guys' website, do your whole order for Thanksgiving or for your deer processing, your seasonings. You get a 10% discount from Walton's. And also, you guys are kicking back a 10% donation.
Yep.
So it's a win-win.
Absolutely. We'll track all the coupon codes, all the usage on that, and we'll go ahead and donate 10%. Yep. So whoever is buying things with those coupons, you're only getting a 10% discount, but 10% is also going to a good cause.
Yeah.
So absolutely worth it.
Yeah, they spend $100, they get to save $10, but then you guys are giving us $10 back too. Yep. So looking forward to coming back for that check presentation. I'm sure it'll be on this. So
right, that's what I was going to say. We were talking about around the first of the year. Yep. We're not going to do quite that.
No,
somewhere...
we decided the first would not work out for all of us and everything because I think it's a weekend. Is the first one?
Yeah,
I think it's
I'm pretty
Saturday.
sure it is.
Yeah.
So and I usually. Yeah, aren't feeling too good.
Yeah, probably. Well, especially seeing 2020 go. I think everybody's ready for that one. So I think there'll be some extra celebrating.
For sure. I saw something funny that was a meme of a guy looking at the clock smiling, and it says, a minute to midnight on the 31st. And then it is the next slide, and the guy's face is falling. And it says December 32nd. Like 2020 is just not going
keep on
away.
rolling. Keep on rolling.
It is unbelievable.
Yep.
All right, let's talk about some of those other bonus guns.
Yes. So I got to remember now. I should have brought my flyer. So I've got a Kimber 1911.
Okay.
So that's a custom in NWTF one. So it's got our logo on it. Gosh dang it! You caught me off guard on that. Nope. That's all right. I got to thank. Let me thank for it a little bit.
Not a problem.
But I mean, I went heavy with the handguns just because that's the market. You
can get them right now.
You can't get them.
Nope.
You cannot get them. So for $20 for a chance to win one of the 30, but you get in on all these extra. I got rifles in it. I've got shotguns in it. A little bit of everything, but went heavy with what's been popular. So for $20, you get in. You can win multiple ones, but then you get the bonus ones. You get you guys' coupon code. I can ship them anywhere.
Okay.
That's the greatest thing. Yep. So if you have a buddy in Ohio or whatever, and he wants to get in, they fill it out, and I ship from one FFL to the next. Completely, everything's on the good to go. The paperwork is there. So that's a nice thing about working for the National Wild Turkey Federation. We're licensed. We're a nonprofit. We do everything right. And your money's going to good causes.
Yep.
So if you're tossing money around or and I've been telling people, give them as gift certificates. We got a whole bunch of employees, I don't know what to get them, don't get them the jelly of the club. We know that's not good. Get them a couple of these, and then they can watch on January 4th. Okay. I believe that's what the day we picked it.
Okay.
And so we're going to do the live drawing.
Do the live stream here, yep.
We're going to do it right here. I think we'll do it probably on you guys' stuff, and we'll do it on mine. So we'll do it Facebook Live on the Kansas Turkey page, and we'll start drawing.
Yeah.
And we'll give away 56 guns.
Awesome.
We do have an early bird drawing for which is going to be on November the 15th. So probably be giving that away before this podcast goes live. But so if you get in early, but still 55 guns is still better than none at $20.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it's a tax write-off for a lot of people.
Yep. If it's worth it or not.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So if you do the 750, you guaranteed a gun and you did a tax write-off.
Yeah, that's definitely worth it.
We'll take it.
We, during the last live stream, was it this past one? Yeah, this past one, we raffled off a chance to one of those. So we gave somebody one ticket, and there were some funny comments in the chat, but everybody was super impressed with the number of guns.
Oh, yeah, it's great. Yeah, so I've been in the conservation world for the last 3, 4, 5 years. 5 years. I'm looking at my son. He's 9.
He tracks your life better than you do.
He pays attention. So I started working with Pheasants Forever and Quail Forever. So we started doing raffles and stuff. But this is literally the biggest one I've ever done. Yep. It's kind of scary, but also at the same time, my bosses are like, it's gonna work out.
It's a great idea.
It's gonna keep on going. Try to give away a truck.
Yeah, talk about that.
So the truck one, which amazed me, and people I give away stuff.
Yeah.
And this one, I was like, this is going to be a barn burner. This is going to be great. So the goal was to sell 500 tickets at $100 a piece. Okay. Ended up selling 350. I just couldn't get it in front of the right people. Mm-hmm. I've got some new email blasts and everything. Got some ways, a lot of learning there. So it turned into a 50-50 cash split. Okay. Gave a guy $15,000. Gave me the wrong phone number with no email address.
What did you end up doing?
I tracked him down.
Okay.
He was in Texas. I wish I could have made him a donor, but I think that would have got a lot of people mad.
Yeah.
But he was out of Texas. He was actually an employee of NWTF's step uncle or something, because I just sent it out to the masses.
Right.
I was like,
who is this guy?
Who is this guy? I have a very large check.
Good way to do it.
And so I called him up and I was like, Norm. I was like, hey, this is Brandon with NWTF. And he's like, yes. I was like, hey, did you get in on a raffle a little bit ago with me? And he's like, well, yeah. I was like, how does $15,000? He's like, are you kidding me? Da, da, da. I was like, and next time when you're filling stuff out online, make sure it's the right information.
Double check.
Yeah, double, triple. I mean, if it's your email, if it's your phone number, make sure it's right.
So sometimes in the one experience we had with going to an event, trying a raffle, we did called it like Walton's Ultimate Butchering.
Mm-hmm.
We literally had everything from knives, grinders, stuffers, mixers, vacuum sealer, linker. Literally had everything you could possibly want. And we're just asking people to fill out, a little bit of information. Yeah. We got not even a tenth of the entries we would have expected. And the number one thing everyone said was, I wouldn't have anywhere to put all of that.
Oh, yeah.
So we're like, smaller giveaways for these types of
Well, and I
things.
think the truck people were like, I'd rather have this or, I'm not going to win that, even though it's a 1 in 500 chance.
Right, it's not that bad.
I Googled, I looked everywhere for better raffle odds and stuff because we're always running numbers and stuff. It's just, now I'm going to do it again. I mean, oh yeah, for sure. So we're working on in our national convention stuff. So we're of course going virtual. So it's no longer going to Nashville this year. So which it's not surprising.
No.
We just gotta do what we gotta do. Mm-hmm. So we're actually gonna go do some stuff at Bass Pro in Missouri.
Okay.
So we're gonna have a concept of a video, kind of like a live feed, but also we'll have stuff like going into it from raffles to silent auction, to live auction, to having vendors there, to having a virtual booth space. So it's 2020, so we got to figure it out.
And what's entrance to that? Is it just membership or is there going to be a fee? How are you going to do that?
That's above my pay grade right now. So I know, like if you happen to be at Bass Pro and you're going through the museum,
right?
They're going to have like the items out. So say it's a Kansas whitetail hunt. With Elite Outfitters, which is my buddy's stuff. And so it would have a poster of his 5-day whitetail hunt, with lodging and meal, and it's going to have a poster. And it will have, I'm guessing, a link. And so you scan it with your phone and you could bid on it right then. So, so you're walking through the entire museum, you're going to see. So instead of 2 days being in Nashville in a hotel, you're going to get an entire week of people walking around Bass Pro Shop that weren't even coming there for the Turkey Federation.
Just happened.
They were just coming to look at that museum.
Yep. That might actually work out in your guys' favor.
Yeah.
Pheasants Forever is doing a Women, Wine, and Wild Game. It's his push. And they had Danielle Pruitt, who's a well-known hunter and chef. And they were going to do a local event with her, and they were expecting X number. And then obviously 2020 is just nonsense, and I don't mean nonsense like that. It's just crazy.
Yeah, you just never know what to expect.
Yeah, and they keep changing the rules.
Oh yeah,
and Chicago is apparently now going back to a lockdown. And
I was reading. My buddy's a basketball coach, and he sent me a link to California, and they're practicing. They don't get to pass the basketball. They can only use their own basketball, and it has to be outside. I was just like, to be a coach right now, or to be a teacher right now.
A teacher,
kudos to them.
Forget that.
My wife and dad are a teacher.
Are they?
I was a teacher for a dozen years, and kudos to you all and administrators and whatnot. That was going to be my goal. I was going to be a principal, and conservation took me the other direction.
Yeah.
So,
well, I could see you doing that too.
Oh yeah, I was. I mean, I was that principal. I was acting principal a lot, but I would like to get on a scooter and ride around, and I would get on the intercom and be a smart aleck. But then, if it had to be serious, I would be serious.
There you go.
But it was weird that I went this way, but I'll take it.
No, it seems like you're good at what you do, and
I just kind of go with it.
That's what you have to do. But I forgot what I was talking about there.
Women,
Wine, and Wild Game. So
pheasants.
That went virtual, and I told them while in one of their early meetings, I'm like, you guys are gonna do much better with this virtually.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're gonna get people from all over the country. You're gonna have a lot more people interested, and the viewership on it was great. I mean, it absolutely blew.
Well, they can get on their phone and just log in, and it's just, we did a virtual, like a grand national summer thing where we had hunts and trips and guns or giveaways of all sorts. That Bruce, who was on the podcast with me last time, I mean, we killed it. I mean, we were like, when you have a possibility to get out in front of 1 million viewers, depending on what platform we use ours on, and we try not to saturate the market, so we do different platforms and everything, which is tough to do. But there's some of these platforms that you give me a hunt, it's a $3,000 hunt, but you get to put that in front of 1 million people, you're going to be booked up. And outfitters are struggling right now. So, I mean, if outfitters or somebody or some companies coming out with a brand new product, well, we're going to be able to put this out in front of all these people. I mean, they're going to be logging in because that's all they got to do. They don't get to go to it now.
Yeah, you're not like, if you're having a local banquet, you are not going to get the random person walking by to just walk in there. On the internet, you will get random people being, what is this?
Yeah. Or click on it.
I'll watch that.
Yeah.
And then, this is fun.
Mm-hmm.
We started doing just a weekly live stream every Thursday. And it's like our normal live streams are kind of like a party.
Awesome. Oh, there you go.
Up here, we give away stuff. We have a good time. But we really don't talk much about meat processing. So I wanted to do something that was more targeted to the people who are interested in, what we
what you're making a living on.
Exactly. So we started doing that, and just some of the odd comments was like, "What is this?" People like, "I had no idea you guys existed." And
tapping into different 2020 has taught us to tap into a lot of different markets and just kind of understanding them, because banquet systems, we had done them for since the 70s, and that's the way we were going to do them. And now it's like, this online stuff is not a bad thing.
No,
it's not. Instead of shipping all this stuff all over, if we do it on this platform and show it, and then people get a look at it, or they get to Google it. I mean, they do the same thing at banquets. They Google the prices.
Oh, absolutely.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
I mean, and they do it here, and then they get a bid, and then they, and then I did a lot of the local stuff with Ween's Auction House there in Wellington.
Okay.
And, I would ask her about the clicks, and they would tell me all about it. And it's just people looking for something to do on a Saturday night. You're closing out on an auction,
Yeah.
And then you get the two people fighting against each other. And it could be somebody in California. We shipped on my last gun auction with them. We gave away 30 guns. One of the guns went to Alaska. That was the first. So somebody from Alaska is looking at Wellington, Kansas auction house, because that's what they're doing.
Yep.
That's the way it is.
It is an interesting time, but it does seem like no dig at any of the other organizations, but you guys do seem to at least be on the leading edge of accepting this and moving away from banquets, at least for the time being. I can tell you, as someone who's only started going to banquets in the last 4 years since I've been working here, I want them to come back.
We're not going to get rid of them. We're just we're adopting new procedures to where if banquets would shut down for 2021, we're not going to be like, oh no, yeah, right. We don't have. So banquets is plan A, but now virtual's B, C, D, E, all the way to Z, and there's different. And some people like to go to banquets. Some people like going out and doing all that. Some people don't.
Yeah.
And they still want to be hunters. They still want to give to conservation, but they don't want to give up their Saturday night to go, hang out in with a bunch of other people. They'd rather go do this, but they still want to give the money or win guns.
The winning guns is the big one.
Oh yeah. Me. I love giving guns away. 2
years ago, we went to, I can't remember, it was the Quail Forever. And we did the $20 buys you a card.
Yeah, deck of cards.
I was one of the last 4 cards. Everyone at my table kept getting knocked out, and I didn't say anything. So finally, Taylor, our shipping manager, was like, "What card do you have?" I'm like, "Don't you worry about it.
Don't talk about it. It's like baseball. Don't talk about it."
And then they brought the 4 people out there, and then they sold
the Joker
4 more cards. Sold 4 more cards, or 2 or 4 for like $100 each. And Brett, I told him, he's like, "Let me buy that from you." I'm like, "Yeah, $200."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Absolutely." And I was like, this gun's worth like $4,000. I got a 1 in 4 chance. I thought at that point, so I held on to it. Didn't end up winning it, but I've still not won a gun.
Yeah. So either have I.
Really?
I have been. God. I go to. So
well, I don't feel so bad.
I don't put it into my own ones. If I'm up there on the mic or I'm up there doing stuff, I'm not going to put it in for a raffle because that's going to look bad. I can turn around or one of my kids, or I usually have you draw names. It's all of a sudden, Brandon Wilmoth. I'm like, oh, that doesn't. Yeah, that looks good. But I've got a lot of buddies. I got, they win them. And then I got other buddies who are like, that still won't get into any of my raffles. They're like, oh, I never win. And I just always want to be like, well, you never play. Like I've given some of my buddies 3 or 4 different guns because especially on this online stuff.
Buying them, yeah.
They're like, and I tell them, I'm like, this is a good one. This is the one you want to be on. 56 guns. Yep. I was like, this is the top. Or if I do something or like, hey, this is actually out in the auction, it's going for cheaper than what I usually give it away for. Why don't you go buy it?
That's awesome. So on some of those, do you do like a buy right now price?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that generally, in honest opinion, is that worth it?
To buy it now?
Buy right now?
Yes, because it's a guarantee and you're going to get it. I don't like to do a lot of buy it now stuff just because I think I'll get more. I always like to go see how far I can get it to.
Right.
And sometimes it bites me in the butt because then you get, it didn't even go for retail. Right. But a guy wanted to pay $400. Well, I'm going to sit here and just bid it out instead. Well, then he buys it for $300 and he saved $100. Yeah. So 50-50, I got some guys, Bruce is real big about buy it now, out there in Colorado and Nebraska. Like he'll have it. He likes to do reserves and everything. And where I'm a gambler. I don't put a reserve on stuff. I just was like, oh God, please don't let this go. Let's just go. And I freak out my superiors and they see it and they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, we're having fun. Yeah. You know?
It's exciting at least for sure.
On my last gun auction that I did, anytime you bid, you got a ticket in for a drawing for $1,000 or $500. So I had like 1,800 bids.
Okay, yeah.
So even if you didn't win,
it's a good way to do it.
You didn't even win a gun, you still got
entered into that. That's a really good way to do it.
Yeah, so having fun. So
all right, so somebody wants to enter Gun Bash at home. We will put the link to this in both, like if you're listening to the podcast, check the show notes. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll put it down in the description. Yeah,
it's all over. It's on our social media. You can contact me. I can give you a link. We've got it going out everywhere. Okay. So it's on our Facebook page at the very top. So it'll run until December 31st. We'll cut it off then, and then we'll do the drawing here on the 4th. As soon as you get it, you get a confirmation email, has you guys' code. So even if you're wanting to come and buy a whole bunch of stuff from Walton's, you can come and get a discount code, probably save enough money that you got a free raffle ticket.
Should be worth it.
So it's kind of a win-win. So especially if you're looking at Walton's products, the code alone is going to be worth the $20.
As long as you're spending enough money.
Yep.
All right, so we're joined now by a special guest. We've got Platt. And Platt, you're a little baseball star, huh?
He's trying to be. He's working better.
What position you like to play?
Catcher.
There you go. Talk into that.
Yeah, we're going to slide you over. Slide over by. Use Dad's mic.
Catcher.
Yeah? Baseball is your main sport, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? What do you like better, catching a great game or hitting a ball out of the park?
Catching.
Catching? Very good. Your knees stand up to that?
Yeah.
For now.
That's the advantage of being young.
Yes.
They can squat down there forever. If your dad or I try to do that, we never get back up.
We'd be done.
Do you like playing any other positions or just catcher?
Shortstop or second base.
So you want to be where the action is, obviously. Catcher involved in every position. Yeah. Shortstop, second base, also pretty active. You don't like to sit around much, huh?
No.
Do you like playing the field better or you like hitting?
Hitting.
Is this what you want to do? Are you going to go to college, be a baseball player?
College.
Nice. But play college, yeah? Do you have an idea where you want to go?
KU.
So
we're just a little biased for the KU.
Yeah, well, you're 9 years old. Already know that you want to go to college. Already know you want to be a baseball player in college. Do you have a career picked out?
If you had to pick a job, what would you do?
In the WTF.
You've trained him well.
Yeah, so basically he probably could run a banquet himself. He knows the raffle games. He knows, oh, that's a deck of cards. Oh, those are the shotgun shells. And so he comes and helps me a lot, and he picks a bunch of the drawings and everything.
Good.
So they're not gonna a group of adults might yell at me. They're not gonna yell at a 9-year-old.
Nope.
Sometimes I did have one guy get mad because he didn't dig deep enough one time. I was just like, I can't, because he picked off the top instead of, and I was just like, it's
so what?
Nobody's contracting the 9-year-old out.
God.
It would be I could give everybody $100 and somebody would be mad that it wasn't in 20s.
Yes.
So it is
for sure.
Yeah.
You get people around alcohol and you put any type of.
And there's a lot of opinions and there's a lot of, well, you should do it like this, or back when I did it, you did it like this, and
nobody cares how you used to do it.
You thank him, you listen to him, you give him the time, but you're like, I do this every weekend, or
I was not good at that part of the customer service stuff.
Like
I was super helpful. Always somebody called into Walton's, I would do my level best to help them until they became unreasonable.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, all right.
Yeah.
Nope.
No,
you're wrong. I'm right.
Yeah.
This is over. So Platt, what's the best of all the games to play for odds to win a gun or something at a banquet?
I don't know.
No?
Probably the trunks.
Yeah.
So we do 3. Sometimes we do 3 trunks on a live auction.
Okay.
So you bid. You can buy the first trunk for X amount of dollars.
Yep.
And then we sell the second. We sell the third. So it's a 1 in 3 chance. Usually have guns in it. Usually have raffle packs.
Yeah, that was big at Quail. Quail Forever does that all the time.
Yeah.
Yep. Haven't seen it at Pheasants Forever, but it is always at Quail's.
Yeah.
Forever.
So and then we do usually the nicest gun. I do bottles of whiskey. So I put a 1 in 6 chance. So I'll have 6 bottles. I'll put 4 on the live auction.
Okay.
Then I'll put 1 in the raffles. So you can win that, but just by winning a raffle pack, putting a ticket in a bucket, and then I put 1 on the silent auction. So then you have a 1 in 6 chance. and everybody, at least you get a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah.
And that's usually
Can't
my
lose.
nicest gun. So that's usually $1,000 or more.
Mhm.
And people know that. And they're like, how do I get that? And people love odds. People run numbers.
Yeah, just in your head, you'll do them
Oh, yeah.
without even really realizing it.
Yep.
It is weird that at these banquets, we are giving away or trying to win guns and alcohol.
Yeah. But
I mean,
not ammo. We don't
not
give
ammo,
away.
yes.
So that is an insurance problem right there. So there's no ammo given away. But we're actually getting ready to start doing ammo, but we're going to give it in certificates. So we've got a new program that we're getting ready to do, and ammo's hard to get right now.
Yeah, please
Very
talk
hard.
about that.
Yeah,
'Cause
like 9mm shells.
it's
and-
impossible.
Yeah. So we've got a deal with the company, and they have a stockpile. Well, Federal, they've got I want to say stockpile, but they've got different allotments. So we're going to do raffle games for ammo and everything. So you could come, but it can't be at the banquet, just because you don't do it with that.
Obviously,
So you would get the certificate, and then it'll be shipped to your house.
That's
so,
awesome.
Always taken away.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I was talking about earlier. You guys being on the leading edge of it. That is a great idea because you can't talk to anybody in the hunting or gun world. It's almost like, how's the weather? The small talk is,
I can't find my ammo.
any ammo.
Or that guy that has the stockpile. And that's ridiculous. And you're like, hey, if it ever goes down,
I need
we're
some
going to
of
your
that.
house.
Yep.
Like, I'll bring my guns and we'll go to your house because you have all the ammo. and those are the guys that will continue to buy them, and they'll have it all. And they will.
So my wife was at Academy Sports earlier today, and they had just gotten a shipment in of workout equipment.
Mhm.
So we've been looking for like plates, all this stuff for a long time. And she's like, "Oh my God, they have it." So I told her what to buy because we built a gym in our garage, and I told her, I'm like, go and see if they also got an ammo shipment.
Yep.
And I'm like,
Oh yeah,
buy
Tuesdays
as
or
much
Tuesdays,
9mm,
Thursdays usually for everybody.
right?
Yep.
And they didn't get any. And this guy kind of laughed at her, and I've called multiple times, and he's told me, he's like, listen, unless you're here waiting at 8 a.m., you're not getting any.
Yep.
It's like, even if on the nights we do get some, we have guys lined up who just every single day
They wait.
come and buy their.
Yeah, they know what day the truck is going to show up because each store is a little bit different.
Yep.
If it's a Wednesday store, you got to be there on Wednesday morning and hope that it's on the truck, because sometimes they don't even know what, the employees, back when I worked for Cabela's way back in the day, I worked at the one in Kansas City when I was going to school. You get them trucks and you start unloading and there's the roll-up.
Who knows what's in there?
Yeah.
Yep.
This is,
Yep.
I'm sure the higher ups know, but
Yeah.
and ammo is a big deal right now. So reloading.
Yeah, it's annoying that it is, but it definitely is. And I think that's just the however many million new gun owners we have. And speaking of gun owners, you're 9, and I saw a picture of that buck you got. That was impressive. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
In the mic,
Tell us
man.
the story.
Tell us.
Get right up on the mic.
Tell us where did we go?
Oberlin, Kansas.
Get right up on it. Put it
Okay.
basically in your face, right like that.
Yeah. So
ahead.
we went out to
You're
Western Kansas. Not really hot spotting, but there's a lot of walk-in hunting. So we went on walk-in hunting. So nice little hotel there in Oberlin. I got chapters and stuff there, so I've stayed at this little hotel.
Okay.
And you could just base out there, and there's just because the walk-in program keeps getting better and better. I think we talked about it last time.
Yep.
So we took advantage of it because during the youth weekend, only youths can hunt, and so we just ran into a couple other hunters, and so we were looking for a mule deer. So you have to have a mule deer tag, and so he was able to draw it on his second year.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
We went to St. Francis with a lot of other walking hunting.
Yep.
We saw a couple bucks, but all the time we saw them, they were just not on walking.
Yeah, we saw some. Yeah, they were always in the wrong place at the wrong time and everything. And basically, we just started at the corner. I even seen the marker that marks the Nebraska-Colorado thing. I used to be a history teacher, so a history buff anyway. So we went there. We went with my college roommate and his son, Jordan and Parker Burr. And we just started working our way west.
Okay.
I mean east. Excuse me. And then how far was your mule deer?
40 or 50 yards.
Yeah, 40 yards. And what guns you use?
My CZ.
Yep, your CZ243,
Yeah.
which I think Daniel was on your podcast.
Yep.
So Daniel let Platt handpick his gun there at the warehouse. So Daniel went through, we just started open boxes. And so we looked for that really pretty wood. And I've done a lot of work with CZ. And so I was like, I want to get, my dad actually bought it for him, which is kind of going to be a cool little heirloom that we'll never get rid of and stuff.
Absolutely.
So he was able to get his mule deer in velvet. So
really?
Yeah.
Nice.
A nice wide 8-pointer. So, and it wasn't your first one. How many have you killed and what did you do it with?
My first one I killed with a crossbow.
Yep. And you were? 3 or 4. Because you've killed. Yeah. So he's spoiled. So crossbow with shooting sticks. Okay. And it was just a little dinker.
Yeah. And then,
lots of practice. Yeah. Lots of practice.
Right.
You know, where to put your hands, where to do all this.
Of course.
But you put it on the shooting sticks. And all they have to do is go left or right. And you just, help them out. And if you miss, you miss. If not, but when you got them in the house, and the whole scope is nothing but the deer, you teach them what,
Yep.
And we practice with Nerf guns, and we watch plenty of hunting shows. And then so you shot your first one with the crossbow.
Yeah, second one with the crossbow.
Second one with the crossbow. A second one was an interesting find because they went across the creek, went across the wheat field. I actually pulled him out of school to help me track it.
Oh, really?
Because every parent pulls their kid out to track deer, right?
Right.
So that was that one.
Seems normal.
Yeah.
Second one.
Third one.
Muzzleloader.
Muzzleloader. Yep.
Fourth one was with the rifle.
Yep. And you shot that one at a tree stand off your tippy toes. Had a great video of him post shot. He was shaking and everything.
Of course.
And then this year.
This year, the rifle.
Yep. The rifle. So, but we could have got it with the bow. I mean, it was kind of cool because when you're thinking of mule deer, we're whitetail hunters. Okay. So finding the mule deer, we had to kind of not think so much whitetail that we had to kind of, because I was like, man, there should be plenty of deer here. And we would see whitetails and they're like, think mule deer, and that's where, and once we figured that out on about day 3, I mean, we never really had a plan. Right. I mean, we opened up the.
We saw them in trash fields.
Yeah. Yeah. We called them trash fields, not necessarily the best fields.
Right.
Just kind of, and we would go and, well, it was a blast. I mean, because we weren't in school yet. He wasn't in school. So I met my college roommate, Jordan, because he lives out in Dodge and he brought his son up and we had no plan and just started moving.
That's how you grow the next generation. I mean, without that, forget it. Everything's going to end. So growing up, I wasn't raised in a hunting family. It was a skiing family.
Oh, there you go.
But we kind of used to talk about the same thing. Like if you don't get kids young into this, they're just not going to get into it. So you really do have to get them about that age. Now, 4 or 3. Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah,
extreme.
It's pretty. Yeah, it's very extreme.
On the edge.
I was talking to a guy the other day. He's an. Say that again.
I'd be 4.
You were 4. Yeah.
Okay.
So clarify, you were 4, not 3. So I'm not that bad of a parent. I started teaching him at 4. You just kind of, we practice a lot, but a lot of my buddies, like even one the other day, he's an outfitter down there and he was like, man, I feel so bad you're doing all this stuff with your kids and everything. And we have our good times, but we also have, he does get frustrated. Sure. And he's like, I'm done. I
want to go home.
I want to go home. It's cold.
Yep.
And I just kind of gave that into my concept that I'm not going to make it miserable for him. If my daughter says, we're not going to go. And his sister got her first deer.
Nice.
Yeah. So she shot a little forker. She is 6. So she's got a little bit of catching up to do. Oh. But she was hoping for a unicorn, but we ended up convinced.
Turns out you couldn't find one.
Yeah. Still looking for one.
As much as Daddy looked for it.
I looked for a pink one. I looked for all sorts, but she was pretty happy. And she even passed on a deer one night because she just didn't feel like it.
Oh.
And it was just like, I can't say, hey, shoot this,
right.
Do this, I got to do it. Failure's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I always tell people, it's just like the first time somebody shot at a basketball, it wasn't pretty, it wasn't perfect. And we just keep on doing it.
Yep.
And even the best in the world are still practicing.
Yep.
And that's the way we do. We got to shoot. We get very fortunate. We got a shooting range. We go to a lot of events that have outreach events. When I was with Pheasants Forever and the outreach coordinator, we had shooting trailers. So he would come with a lot of that. I trust him more than some people to carry my guns. But I mean, I tell him, you've got to be good. You can't be breaking the rules because it's a tool And just like a tool, you swinging a hammer around.
Yep.
It can do damage.
We just had our last weekend, we had a CCH class here. And for those of you who don't know, in Kansas, we have constitutional carry. So you can carry concealed or open without any type of permit, which is, in my opinion, the way it should be. But if you do have the opportunity, a basic CCH class is valuable just to realize what might happen if you are forced. But it's interesting to see or realize how some people just don't really understand what they're carrying.
Well, yeah, it's a great way. I mean, it's just before you knock it, go and see it and learn about it and learn from an expert. You know, these guys, they're like, oh, you know, Just go and learn from, my wife went and did it. And it's just, you know, it's just eye-opening. And these guys are experienced and gals. I mean, some of the best shooters in the world are women. And some of the best teachers. I mean, they're phenomenal.
Yep.
You know, I mean, go and listen to somebody that really is passionate about it and knows what they're doing. And they're not just some, you know, oh, I do this because I don't, you know. No, they're, you know, they're very passionate. They're wanting to go out there. They're wanting to do everything right.
Yep.
And
educate.
listen to them.
Yep. Yeah. But one of the things we talked about, we were doing, I mean, the qualifying for CCH in Kansas is such a joke. It's 5 from 3 yards, one-handed,
like a paper plate, basically. Yeah.
Oh, it's a whole target.
Yeah. Well, paper plate size, basically, for people to think.
Then it's 10 from 5 yards and 10 from 7. I mean, you really don't even need to aim.
No.
So
point in the right direction.
Basically,
have a little bit of arm
just
strength.
like know where you're going.
Yeah.
So we were talking to the guys who were up there with me, and I'm like, I might, because you only had to get 18 in out of the. I'm like, I think I'm just going to get my 18 and save my ammunition.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I don't think
Saving down ammo.
I'm not shooting 7 extra rounds.
Yeah.
For no reason. But anyways, it was amazing. Like, we're sitting there, and some of the questions that were asked, it's like, I assume you're already carrying a gun around, like, and you don't know that already. Like, that's concerning. Yeah. But anyways,
education and learning. We're always learning. We're always, you know, it's just art of the trade, just like us going deer hunting. You know, he learns. I mean, he knows where to put trail cameras and tree stands on trees better than sometimes I do. Okay. You know, he'd be like, well, what about right here? Well, yeah, that's. And then you're like, God dang it! You know, I just got showed up by my 9-year-old.
Why didn't I know that?
Yeah, and I mean, my buddies will. You know, I tell them, I said, you might as well just ask him. I was like, if you want to go hunting, just ask him, and he's going to take you. I mean, he takes his mom. He takes, you know, he's taken, you know, neighbor kids, former students of mine. I mean, he's always tagged along. I'm just happy to be able to drive him. That's about all I am nowadays, is a driver.
You're chauffeur.
Yeah.
So you did your own outfitting before you started working for Pheasants Forever. Is that something you want to do? You want to hunt, guide people?
A little bit.
Okay, but you just want to go hunting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we went traveling. So we're starting to do that. We went to Wyoming during the whole lockdown. So I got an outfitting buddy there, right there by Dallas Tower. Beautiful. Okay. I mean, spoiled. I mean, this is, he was like, if you can get up here, he goes, I got no clients. And
nobody coming.
Yeah. And he was like, just come up here and hang out. So we went, and he got his Merriam. And what was the canyon called?
Spook Canyon.
Spook Canyon. And we were actually by a bear bait, and there was a bear there, and he had been talking about mountain lions. So somebody was a little EBGB. So it was kind of funny. Yeah. He's like, oh, we're going where? I was like, Spook Canyon. Yeah, we'll go in there. So, but he got his Merriam, and then I got mine, and we drove around, and we picked up sheds. I mean, we picked up 10 sheds.
There was one in a bush.
Yeah, one hanging out of a tree. Yeah, we're driving by, and I was like, wait a second.
What is that?
I was like, go back. And the outfitter was like, I've driven by there probably 100 times. And I was like, but you're driving. Right. I was like, I'm just looking for antlers just because it's an adult Easter egg hunt. So
you said, you mentioned there was a bear in the area?
Yeah, so
we went grizzly?
No,
black?
It's a black bear.
The last day.
Speaking to the mic, big man.
The last day, we went to check the trail camera, and the bear completely tore the trail camera apart.
Yeah, ripped it apart. So like we were driving up, and you can tell when a bear hits someplace. I mean, everything's tossed around. The trail camera was hanging up, and so Mike has, with the Solitude Ranch, he's been there for 20 some years, and they've never harvested a bear off the property, and that's kind of one of the and this bear was but I mean, he's got beautiful. I mean, you're 5 miles from Devil's Tower. I mean, it's just, anything the way to introduce him to. And I mean, it was just, that was one of the benefits of 2020. I mean, it was just, everybody was on lockdown and everything. So we were just kind of like, hey, if we can get there, we can get there.
Yeah.
And we stayed in one of his cabins and it was beautiful and it was fun. And we're looking forward to go. And you're kind of a turkey hunter too. How many turkeys have you shot?
4 or 5.
4.
Nice.
And what was your first turkey?
Double beard.
That's right. You told that story last time.
Blessed. Yeah. I've never, I was like, well, oh my God. It was just one of those things where it came out, didn't even think about it, worked out perfect. Had him on shooting sticks took an over and under shotgun, cut down the stock, put pad on there so it fit him.
Mm-hmm.
We practiced and everything. And that turkey comes in, everything great. We had been talking about it, where to aim and doing all this stuff. Boom, walk up there. Double bearded. I was like, God, no. I was like,
you still haven't gotten one, right?
I've got one double beard.
You do have one.
I had to crawl through a muddy field. It had been burned and there was a wood pile and I crawled. I got to this wood pile because they were over here. I finally could not get this Tom to come and this hen. I finally convinced her to walk by me. And so I ended up, I got a double beard, but it's still not as
easy as it says. Yeah. So spoiled for sure.
Well, and then he had a 6-minute hunt one time. Same farm. We get all set up. I'm texting my uncle because it's family ground. It's like, hey, we're all set up. He goes, Dad, aren't those turkeys coming? I was like, you have got, because he was messing with the turkey calls.
Right.
And they come running up the cut. And so 6 minutes after sending the text, I had him lay down next to the turkey and we took a picture of it. And we're like, and we're done.
And we're out of here.
But we've spent many hours, many days where we haven't got anything.
Yep.
You don't. The people on Instagram and Facebook, you always post, especially now with the rut and everything going on, everybody's posting all these pictures and stuff. There's many, many people out there that are not being
doing
successful.
Nothing.
Yep. It's a 2% chance to go out, is always what I look. You got to go, especially on something mature, a double bearded turkey or a big mature buck, 500, 2% might even be more too high. It could be under 1% to actually get a booner. Yep. But everybody sees it on Facebook and they're like, oh, I got to have my own or or this or that. And sometimes we get a little spoiled.
Yeah. What do you think about grip and grins?
Say that again.
Grip and grins, grab the horns, pull them up.
Yeah.
So there's a big controversy is the wrong word, but there's almost like a push against them now from a lot of people in the hunting community saying that it makes it look
glorifying the harvest and everything. So,
but okay,
I get it to where I get it from both sides. I'm a picture fiend. I love taking pictures.
Sure.
We take hundreds of pictures whenever, but we also do it to where we respect the animal. Mm-hmm. We clean them up. We don't have, we're not going to do, a sloppy picture.
Right.
We absolutely, we respect our game. We respect the way we do it. We do it right. I don't like, gore, you don't need to,
there's no reason to that.
It's like if you're in a restaurant and you're cooking a meal, are you going to show, something bad?
It's a great example.
No, you want to show it being professional. You're doing it right. We're all professional people out there, and we don't need to give any fuel to the antis.
Right.
But a picture with the deer is not bad.
No.
This is what we do. Instead of it being inside somebody's car because they hit it, we are managing animals.
Yep.
And we're managing animals way better than what we did 30, 40 years ago because we have an abundance of elk or deer or turkeys like we've been.
Yep.
We are we working our tails off so we can go out, wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go chase ducks.
Yep.
We're doing that work. So why not just be respectful to the animal, take a good picture, and just.
One of the things I think those people don't understand is I have zero problem with grip and grins. I think it's ridiculous that it's even a topic, but I don't think they understand that somebody who goes out and hunts is more than just the act of killing.
Yep.
You are managing.
Yes.
You're not going to find many hunters, or at least no hunter worth their weight in anything, who's going to leave garbage out there.
No.
You're picking
not the
stuff
good people.
up.
Yeah.
You're cleaning up after or others. Hopefully, unless it's been a really tough season, you're going after the older males who've already spread their genetics.
Yeah. Or you're shooting does or you're shooting whatever. But, and I always if you want to shoot a 2-year-old and it's legal,
That's
go
fine.
for it.
That's
I
fine.
don't,
Yep.
you know, my neighbors are gonna. It's their ground. It's like complaining the way somebody does something to their car. It's their car.
Yep.
You
They're
know,
fine with it. Yep.
it's their truck. It's their house. You know, if they want to paint it purple, you gotta let. You know, if they want to shoot a 2-year-old deer, let them shoot it. Now, if you're shooting 2-year-old deer and then you're complaining that you never get to shoot big bucks,
Right. There you
then
go.
you can start.
Yep.
You know, well, hey, bud, the reason why you're not shooting
Stop
big deer,
killing them when they're little.
yeah,
Yep.
you got to let them grow. You know, or be more patient. Don't see the very first one. But if it's a brand new hunter or you got limited time, you know, and you only can hunt for 2 or 3 days, and you want meat for the freezer, I can't get mad at a man, a woman, a child for shooting. Have at it.
Absolutely.
Enjoy it, man.
Absolutely.
This is one of the great things about living where we live.
Yep.
You know, we get to go out and we get to have fun, and you know, we got great walk-in hunting. You know, if you're willing to travel,
I think we talked about this briefly last time, but I don't think there are enough Americans who understand how lucky we are with our relationship with wildlife.
Yeah.
We, as the American people, own those animals.
Yes.
That is not the case in a lot of countries.
Well, like the national forest, you know, like we were talking about all these parks
That's
and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it is absolutely. I mean, we're lucky. You know, we're lucky with having access. We're lucky to where we can still knock on a door and maybe get permission. We might have to knock on 4 or 5 to finally get it,
especially in Kansas.
Yeah,
right.
or you know, or you might have to pay a trespass fee, or you might have to, you know, or you might have to drive 2 hours to go to a buddy's uncle's ground. You know, it's just it's part of it, but that's part of the game to us. You know, that was like going for his mule deer hunt. We went all the way over to the corner with absolutely zero. I talked to a couple biologists, you know, that had worked with me at Pheasants Forever. I was like, I don't want a hot spot. I said, are we going to be okay? They're like, absolutely. You can find deer.
Okay.
And we just slowly, and we figured it out. And it was a learning lesson for us. You know, we marked stuff on maps, you know, but we get to do that because, you know, this is where we live. This is what we get. This is the benefits.
Yep.
But it's also, you know, you got to be respectful to the other hunters too. Don't be trashing it, you know. But I don't call those people hunters.
No, they're not. And I believe it may have been us who were talking about this last time. But for everybody out there, you have a unique experience probably this year with more people hunting than ever before. It was Kurt with BHA. Go that extra mile for somebody who's obviously out there for the first time. Somebody who has harvested a deer and doesn't know what they're doing, help them. Yeah. They need help. If you help them, make them a positive experience. That's how you're going to get them to come back.
Yeah. Positive.
Yep.
Positive. And positive advice and positive encouragement.
Yep.
You know, and if you think it's, they screwed up, and if it's not a life or death situation,
just explain it.
Explain it. A teachable moment.
Yep.
You know, back in my if this is a teachable or a coaching thing, hey, this is, you know, hey, really, you know, you could have done it this way, but you don't need to put it on Facebook and give them comments about it and belittle somebody.
Yep.
If a guy puts on one of the Facebook pages his first ever archery kill, if you have to critique him there, now. Private message him, hey, I seen this, you know, just make sure the safety, you know, I noticed your bolt or your safety was off, you know, good job, great job, keep it up. If you need any advice, let me know. Yep. Keep it all positive.
Yes.
If you're going to be negative, Nelly, get off.
Especially on social media. We've trained ourselves to be, it's especially Twitter in my mind. Just as a rage
I have not got to Twitter yet.
Get away.
I have not crossed that bridge.
No, I do nothing with it, and I recommend everyone do nothing with it because it's just angry people yelling at each other.
Oh yeah, I mean it's people just wake up and they're like, what Facebook fight can I get into today? You know, it's like, who can I could give stuff away on Facebook, and I give people $100. There's still somebody's going to complain, or somebody's going to be like, well, I didn't know what time that was going to be. It's been posted for a month.
That's not my problem.
Yeah. Well, but so my gun calendars, you know, we post them every Wednesday or Thursday. We post the numbers and stuff. Well, I haven't seen them. You know, I get a message like every other week. Well, I haven't seen them. Well, unfortunately, I don't control Facebook and I don't control the way they look. So if you want to see them, you got to start liking my posts. Yes. You know, I don't see any of your content. Well, go look at my page and you can read it. Well, I didn't know about the banquet there. Well, again, I can't make it pop up. Now,
we can only do what we can do.
You can pay Facebook ads and certain stuff, but there's only, in the end of the day, it's their ballgame. Yep. You know?
Yep, absolutely. All right, so we know that wild turkey season just ended. What are you looking at next?
Pheasant quill.
Pheasant quill? Get right up on that microphone.
Get up on that mic, big man.
Pheasant quill.
What do you like better, pheasant or quail?
Pheasant.
Yeah? What do you like better about it? better dog working with it?
I don't know.
What do you
What's your
do? You
dog's
work
names?
your dog? Yeah.
Yeah. What's your dog's name?
Minnie, Steele, and Gus.
Yep.
What are they? What kind of dogs?
All labs.
All black labs or
No. So Minnie's a black lab.
okay?
Yeah.
Steele's a black lab.
Yeah.
And then Gus he's yellow, white,
Okay.
got the blocky head. Minnie's more of the British style.
Uh huh.
So we 2020 was rough on our dogs too. So we lost our
No.
I lost my really good one.
We're gonna go right past
Yeah,
that.
so-
I don't want to cry.
Yeah,
on
no,
a
it's all right.
podcast again.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not gonna talk about losing dogs. Well, how many times do you think you're gonna get out for a pheasant?
Couple of times.
A couple times at least.
Yeah, we got a nice covey in the backyard.
Yeah.
Once again,
Really?
living out, it's about 20 birds. So we
That's
got a hedgerow. Yeah. Yeah, we can walk out the backyard. We dug out our pond. So we're hoping for ducks and geese on our pond. Just not going to be crazy, not going to be, but just
Yeah, it doesn't seem like you're the type of person who relaxes a lot. Like you always have to be doing
I'm always a busy
something.
guy.
Yeah.
There's always something be going on. There's not plopping down and just, hey, let's chill.
Yeah. No. That doesn't seem to be in your attitude. What do you shoot when you go after pheasants? You shoot a 20, 12?
20.
20? Nope. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
That's good.
You got it over and under
Yeah.
20 gauge.
You got an over and a 20 gauge, right?
His Papa won it. And
there you
so
go.
that he used it during dove season.
Yeah.
So he's got a buddy that he hunts a lot with, Miller. So they're the same age. And Miller's dad and me, my real estate guy,
Oh, okay.
Austin
Yeah.
at Renting Company. So they're the same age. So we kind of do it together. And Austin will chew on Platt if he's doing it wrong. I'll tell Miller if he's doing something wrong. And, it's
the best way to do it.
They have a lot of, we do duck hunting together. We'll chase some pheasants and quail, and we turkey hunt together. So Miller's getting ready for rifle season. So we'll help him. Miller actually has the same rifle as Platt. So
Cool. You all learn together. That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
All right. So real quick, for anyone who's been watching on YouTube and we've had this awesome looking thing in front of us the entire time, that is a regular turkey that I bought at the store. Sorry, not a wild turkey. I deboned it, which was an absolute nightmare. It wasn't actually that hard to do, but I didn't wait long enough and it was still defrosting as I was doing it. So it just looked like we shot video of it. We might include some of it in the bloopers. I mean, it looked
for real already. Yes.
We kept laughing like this looks like a murder movie.
Yeah.
It was absolutely terrible. And I nicked the skin in a couple of places. So we went to roll it up. It just kept falling apart. So I took a bunch of
It doesn't have to be pretty to
toothpicks.
taste good.
Exactly. So we took the turkey. First we injected it with the soluble sweet Dijon seasoning. We put bacon. We put peppers, jalapenos, red bell peppers, Swiss cheese, and spinach in there. Rolled it up and smoked it for about 4 hours. It was absolutely delicious.
I like it. Yeah.
Taste everything in there. It was really, really good. If we do ever release that entire video, just be gentle with my deboning skills. I've never claimed to be great with a knife. That is one thing that I think I'm better than the average person, but not much.
I can't cook with a darn, so I'm impressed with that.
Just
So
trying to get around those leg joints. It was a nightmare. And then we've got by the time this is released, pre-Thanksgiving Day sale will already be going. And the following Monday, we will have, by the time this is released, we will be into our Thanks Black Monday. So make sure you join us on Cyber Monday. We're going to be doing a long live stream.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, we do like 5 hours, sit here, we just answer questions. We decide what goes on sale.
Yeah, we did a 12-hour. Back at headquarters, they did like a telethon thing
for 12 hours.
For 12 hours, yeah, they got a lot of guests coming.
Oh, okay, they switched out.
Oh yeah, that was the same.
That makes more sense.
Some of the Jason was there. He was kind of the head one of it all, but I was just like 5 hours. That's a long time.
Yeah,
got to be on your toes.
Generally, just me and Austin sitting here, and we take we let people make requests from what we'll put on sale for the next 30 minutes. And if we can do it, if it's something we have enough stock of, we'll put something on sale for 30 minutes. We'll give out some awesome coupons that are like first person to get it wins.
Oh, nice.
So we'll come up with the coupon code. We'll post it in chat. We'll talk about it, say what it is, and then we'll hit enter. And then the first person who gets that in their cart wins. And it's like last year we did a couple that were 30% off. So,
Heck yeah.
Yeah. It's
That works great.
always a good
How
time.
about I give you some gun bash tickets for that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we
I'll
definitely need to do
I'll give you
that.
some. Yeah.
And then we will be doing on or right around the 4th. We'll do another live stream at waltonsinc.com/live. And we will draw all of those winners.
Yep.
Awesome.
January 4th here. We're going to do it together.
Sounds good.
56 guns. If you're shopping and want a discount code, if you're going to buy a bunch from you guys, you get a 10% discount and money's coming to the Turkey Federation. So buy Christmas gifts from Walton's and use the discount code and a win-win for everybody.
Absolutely.
You got anything, Bob?
No.
No?
You want to just say goodbye to everybody? No,
not
not
even
even
say
goodbye to everybody.
This was his
All
first podcast, so you did well, Bob.
You did great, man. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. We will see you next week. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and leave a review if you're just listening to a podcast. Thanks a lot.
Bye, guys. Thank you.